When I look back at high school and being a teenager, we were always told that you need a house, so go get a mortgage. You need a vehicle? Don't worry, you can pay that out. And all your toys, you get loans for that. It was never drilled into us that if we work a second job or work extra hours or even create a second income, that we can afford to do all these things without payments, without mortgages, without loans. So in the last few years, I've been working very hard and I've kind of set up my own homestead fund. Because my goal is to buy a piece of land, a nice big piece of land, and build my own homestead. I want a small cottage, 1 bedroom, open concept, wood stove to cook, to eat, but also electricity. I'm still going to have the modern things, but I want a wood stove so that when the power goes, I still got heat. I live here in Eastern Canada where winters are very harsh. So I want to be able to reduce my monthly living expenses as much as possible. And having my own homestead and growing my own food, my vegetables and greenhouse for, tomatoes and peppers and all those great things. And also have chickens, turkeys, ducks, geese, you name it, without any regulations, without any restrictions, be able to live in the country and have my own homestead. That is my goal. So this year, I'm open by August to be able to purchase that land. And in the spring of next year, I'm hoping to break some ground. But another thing that I'm hoping to do is build a second cottage on that land. And this is going to take 2 or 3 years or a little more, but I'm okay with that. I want to build a second cottage for my parents so they'd be able to retire there and have very low monthly expenses as they move into retirement. For me, I'm able to put in extra hours at work. Usually 60 to 70 hours is what I work average every week. In the summer, that's even more. But that situation doesn't work for everyone. So you have to find a way that create that extra income that works for you and your family. One of the things I've done extra is I started breeding golden doodles. Now I used to breed puppies years ago, about 12, 15 years ago. I used to breed Labrador retrievers. So I decided to breed some puppies once again. This is only short term. This is not long term. This is only to help get my homestead started and hopefully be able to move in within the next couple of years. Today is a big day, but also a sad day. We're up early. We're leaving at 6:30 a.m. to deliver the last 2 puppies off the litter. This is going to be, it's going to be a sad day, especially when I get back and there's no puppies left. I mean, these guys, every time they see me, they want to get up, they want to cuddle in, they want hugs and kisses. It's definitely going to be an adjustment. We're going to drive 45 minutes, drop off 1 puppy at the city. A family is waiting there for us, and we're also going to drop the second puppy off, the last puppy, at the ferry terminal in Port aux Basques. And that's the ferry that connects the island to the mainland. We have some of the greatest scenery in the world. These mountains are incredible. But these mountains are the same identical mountains that you will see in Scotland and Ireland, because we were part of one continent millions of years ago called Pangea. So when we broke apart, we actually broke the mountains apart. They are the same. It's amazing that you can see the Atlantic Ocean on one side of the highway and these beautiful mountains on the other side. It is incredible. We're headed down to the ferry terminal, but the signage isn't that good. We know these booths are only for reservations, but we don't really know where to go. So we're going to drive up and see, can they give us the proper directions. So she just notified security. They're going to come and let us out through the side gate, and that way we can get down to the ferry terminal. And this is one of the ferries that travels from Newfoundland to Nova Scotia. We actually have 2 ferries that travel, a night crossing and a day crossing. So the couple did a night crossing, and they're going to get back on the ferry at lunchtime. So that's why we had to leave so early in the morning so they would catch their day crossing. And all the puppies are now delivered, and all the money will be going into my homestead fund. And now we can head back home and continue on. So there are different things to look at when you're looking at homesteading. Homesteading is about downsizing and about limiting the amount of material things that you may have. You're going from maybe a 3-bedroom house down to a 1 or 2-bedroom cottage. So when you're downsizing, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration. And for me, also, when you're talking about homesteading, where do you want to live? Do you want to get all 4 seasons? Because if you're homesteading, the winters can be very harsh. And if you're not used to the winters, it can be a major adjustment. But for me, I live here and this is no adjustment. This is life. And I love winter, and we know how to deal with the snow and how to deal with the cold. So this is where I want to live. And having a homestead here in the country, that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards. And hopefully this year, you will see the biggest sign of the start of our homestead, which would be purchasing the land. When we're talking about moving from a residential lifestyle to an homestead lifestyle, well, just picture it. Your houses are all in a row, very little privacy, very little freedom, lots of town regulations, and going to the country, going to an homestead. Imagine the freedom. Even though, yeah, it's going to be more work if you're planting vegetables, if you have birds and animals to look after, but just think about it. It's not work if you enjoy it. And activities to keep you active, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to take on more than you can handle, but you can definitely have the relaxation of freedom. Your neighbor's not on top of you. You can really enjoy the freedom of life. And as you get older, for me, that's what I'm looking forward to. Not being stuck in a residential area, not being stuck with so many rules and regulations that kind of prevent you from doing the things you want to do. And I mean, even growing vegetables in a residential area, you are limited by land. You're limited to what you can grow. But an homestead, you got that freedom. And to reduce your living costs, I think that's key as you get older. Because even with a pension, no matter how good a pension you got, it's not going to be the same as your regular income. So the goal for me is definitely reduce cost of living. And this year, it's going to become a reality. And the best thing about it, you get to see the entire process from start to finish. From buying the land to developing the land, taking care of the land. It's going to be exciting. And I'm glad that you're here to watch it and to even give suggestions to help make my homestead even better. And if you enjoyed this video, please check out our snowstorm video right over here. And you can see exactly what it's going to be like living on an homestead in winter. And we'll see you in our next video.